Jesus Almazan. Hero, Rafael Alarcon.
I've had many teachers throughout high school and throughout my entire school life. A few I've had for multiple years, and even less, I've had ones that I've enjoyed. I've been able to call one teacher in specific, one that I've enjoyed for all 4 years that I've had, and that is Mr. Alarcon. Throughout my 4 years of high school, I've been able to rely on him and learn and experience so much about mariachi and just real life in general. Although the time felt short, what I've learned from you, from your class, has been invaluable to me in growing as a person and just being at school. Being in your program has been an honor, and not just for me, but for multiple students. Everything that I've been able to experience in the program has been amazing. I've been able to learn from concerts, festivals, auditions, and performances. Everything that I've been through these 4 years have been special. All the memories that I hold very dear. And parties and hangouts that we've had throughout the years have also been some of the most fun that I've been to. Thanks to you, I've been able to meet a lot of people that I call friends, because this program has felt safe, has felt amazing, and has felt very comfortable for me, which is why I'm honored to have the privilege to call you my best and favorite teacher. Even outside of school, I've had some chances to hang out with you in gigs or just to eat, and all in all, it's been very fun. I'm glad I was able to be in this program and experience everything that you and the program has had to offer.
Chang Chin. Hero, Lilia Herta.
Sometimes people who make big differences in our lives are not the ones standing in the spotlight, but the ones working quietly behind the scenes, guiding us and supporting us every day. Today, I want to take a moment to recognize and honor my counselor, Ms. Herta, for her incredible hard work and genuine care she has shown me. From the very beginning, Ms. Herta has always been someone I could rely on. Whether it was helping me with making important decisions about my classes, providing me recommendations for various opportunities, or simply being there with me, she was always there. Her dedication goes far beyond what was expected. She consistently invests the time and effort to ensure students feel supported and understood. On a personal level, Ms. Herta's impact on me has been truly meaningful. There was a time when I felt unsure about my college pathways and needed support. And so I took my chance and shot her an email, thinking I would not have gotten any responses. But no, despite that, she's now working on a different campus. She still offered to help. She didn't just give me an answer, she helped me navigate my way through the whole process. Because of that, my application was like a breeze. I was accepted to one of my dream schools, just like cutting a cake. What makes Ms. Herta so special isn't what she does, it's really who she is. Her kindness, patience, and ability to connect with the students make a lasting difference. She creates a space where students feel safe, respected, and valued. And that's something that can't be measured, but is deeply felt. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Her impact reaches to many students across the school. She helps create a positive and supportive environment where people feel encouraged to succeed, not just academically, but personally as well. So today, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and most importantly, your care. You've made a difference in my life and the lives of so many others, and that is something truly special.
Eleanor Crittenden. Hero, Lydia Robles.
I was in my first ever show, Hairspray Jr., at the age of 6, and Miss Robles was my director. That show sparked my love of theater and is the reason I continue doing it today. When I was little, I also went to see every high school show I could, looking up to all the students and anxiously waiting until I could be one of Miss Robles' students. Now that I've been at the high school for 4 years, I can confidently say that Miss Robles is a teacher everyone should look up to. She cares deeply about her students, wants to create the highest quality art possible, and is always having fun doing it. Because of her hard work, we are able to create shows that are beyond what most high schools can achieve and that we can take pride in. Some of my favorite moments with Miss Robles are the most unexpected. Overnight road trips, tap dancing workshops, long bus rides, and crazy board games are just some of the amazing memories that I share with her. Some other important things to know about Miss Robles are that she's competitive. If she's cleaning a room, then you can expect to find her wearing whatever costume piece she found while doing it. She will speak in a variety of accents, and she will always greet you with a smile. I look forward to seeing her every day, and she is a large part of the reason I want to continue theater professionally. She had confidence in me when I didn't. She helped me on my hard days, whether she knew it or not. She pushed me to be a better actor, and she showed me what a great educator is. Watching her over these past 4 years has shown me what kind of actor and theater educator I hope to be someday. I can only hope that someday I get to make the same impact on someone that Miss Robles made on me.
Braden Driggers. Hero, Jacqueline Silvius.
My name is Braden Driggers, and I chose Miss Silvius as my hero. Miss Silvius is my librarian at Seguin High School, and she has been an important part of my education for many years. She has made a big difference for the school and me by always being a safe space and someone people can go to when they need help, advice, or just someone who will listen. I chose her as my hero because she has been my librarian for the majority of my life, watching me become the person I am today. And she has always provided me with a person to go to when I was going through something difficult or confusing. Along with becoming a huge reason for my interest in reading, it also inspired my hunger to keep learning new things and exploring new interests, no matter how scared or unsure I am about it. I have vivid memories of the reading group she led in elementary school at Rodriguez, where she would read aloud and ask us questions, encouraging our curiosity. Those moments are what first made me interested in books and novels, helping me see reading as something fun instead of simply schoolwork. Because of her, I have grown tremendously and learning new skills as she inspired me to do better with my education. She taught me how to fully understand what I was reading and how to properly analyze it. She makes Seguin ISD and Seguin High School better by making the library a place of comfort and belonging, letting us express our ideas without feeling judged, along with protecting students' ideas without shutting them down, encouraging us to be open-minded, and she teaches us to have more respectful conversations. Thank you, Ms. Silvius, for always being there for me from elementary school to now, and encouraging me to be a better person and student. You have helped shape me into the person I am today, and I am grateful for every time you have supported me. Thank you for being my hero.
Abigail Espinoza. Hero, Xander Bien.
The hero I chose for myself is Teacher Bien, who taught me English 1 Advanced in my freshman year of high school. Since then, I've grown and changed a lot. They're responsible for a lot of that growth. In my first months of school, they invited me to their book club they were starting. It started off very awkward as me and the other students were all nervous freshmen. But as time went on, there were many evenings where we didn't want to go home. Our bond that had started through a share of literature had grown stronger than the literature itself. I will always remember these evenings spent as I head towards a future bigger than Seguin. I also wanted to give an honorable mention to Ms. Deeker, who taught me biology, and her husband, Mr. Kowalski, who taught English for 1 as well. All three of them are like a second family to me, and I cannot thank them all enough for supporting me throughout high school and hopefully onwards.
Alicia Figueroa. Hero, Heather Brown.
I have chosen to honor Miss B today as a heartfelt thank you for the impact she has made on my life. Throughout my entire journey in Color Guard, she has stuck by my side through every high and every low. When I first joined this program, I was looking for a place to belong. Miss B didn't give me a team, she gave me my second family. She showed me the importance of showing up for others. She has taught me that true leadership isn't found in a trophy or a perfect score. It's found in making sure everyone around you has the support they need in every success. Ms. B seen the potential in me that I haven't seen in myself. She constantly pushed me out of my comfort zone, challenging me to become the best performer I could be. Because of her, I realized that home isn't just a place where you live. It's a family you build through shared hard work and dedication. She helped me understand that you can find a family no matter where you go, as long as you have the courage to open up your heart to the people around you. I can say with total sincerity that I would not be the person I am today without her influence. This year, I had the privilege of serving as senior lieutenant and parliamentarian. That has changed my whole senior experience. If it weren't for Miss B constantly pushing me and telling me you can do it, I would have let fear win. I would have never even tried out for these positions. Miss B, thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. You didn't just teach me how to perform on the field, you taught me how to lead with kindness and how to persevere through challenges. Because of you, I am leaving this program stronger, more confident, and ready for whatever comes next. Thank you for everything.
Caden Fleming Rains. Hero, Carly Valverde.
Miss Valverde, the impact you have made on my life is something that I will never forget. I met you my junior year after the passing of Brooklyn, and you were not only there to comfort me, but also take my mind off of everything by talking about college. In a time where I felt lost, you gave me direction and something to look forward to. That is where our very long journey began. Every day since, you've listened to me even on the days that I've come in stressed, overwhelmed, or unsure of myself. You never once made me feel like I was asking too much. Instead, you pushed me to think bigger, work harder, and believe in myself even when I doubted it. Because of you, I've been accepted to over 20 schools, earned over $300,000 in scholarships, and moved up 25 spots in class rank. Those are things I once never thought were possible for me. But more than just numbers, you have changed the way I see my future. You've helped me understand as a first-generation student that I didn't always know how to navigate the college process, but you walked me through every step with patience and care. You've stayed after hours, answered every question, and made sure I never felt alone in the process. You've been more than just a college advisor to me. You've been a mentor, a supporter, and someone that I can always count on. You believed in me on days where I struggled to believe in myself, and that is something I will carry with me for the rest of my life. The confidence and the motivation you have given me will continue to guide me as I take the next steps into college and beyond. Thank you for every conversation, every piece of advice, and every moment you've invested in me. I would not be here without you today, and I am forever grateful for the role you have played in shaping my future.
Samantha Flores. Hero, K. Lynn Dodd.
Where can I even start? It all began with a simple misunderstanding about my schedule. I set up a meeting with Miss Dodd to fix it, but seeing her for the first time was actually a shock. For years, I was used to a new counselor every single year. I never had someone to truly lean on or someone who stayed. Then I met Miss Dodd. She received me with such joy and a cheerful energy that I remember saying to myself, wow, she is one hyper lady. Just playing, Miss Dodd, half kidding as she always says as a joke. But in all seriousness, at the time I had no idea she would become my support system, my friend, and more than anything, my educational hero. Miss Dodd has been the one person who has believed in me from day one, even when I didn't believe in myself. Whenever I feel stuck or overwhelmed, she makes things happen for me, no matter what it takes or what it costs. I truly admire that about her. She never gives up on me and always finds a way to open doors that I thought were closed. Going into her office every day for student aid is a part of my day I look forward to most. It's where we share our stories, our laughs, and our lives. Miss Dodd has changed my life in ways I can't fully describe. She gave me the assurance that anything is possible if you have the courage to look for it. It's no coincidence that her favorite color is yellow. Yellow is a color of happiness and warmth, and that is exactly what I feel during our long talks every day. Miss Dodd, you have been such a blessing to me, and I am so grateful you were the one who stayed.
Matias Garcia Lara. Hero, Diana Weber.
My name is Matthias, and I transferred here to Seguin High School in my sophomore year. I didn't know anyone, and I was still adjusting myself to the change. And when I arrived here, I knew I wanted to do BPA. And I've had prior experience with it and decided, why not? So after attending the first meeting hosted by none other than Miss Weber, I joined Seguin BPA, and I've done it every year since. Through those years, Weber has helped support and guide me. She gave me the resources I needed to succeed, and as I went from sophomore year to my junior year and to my senior year, I've changed classes, left behind teachers, but Miss Weber in particular has stayed with me throughout all those years. And she has grown to be someone I know I can trust and rely on. No other teacher has helped me the way she has. She has her obligations to her job and as the BPA state advisor, and she has her own personal obligations, yet she still finds it in her to make supporting her students' success one of those obligations. She helps her students as much as she can and as much as she's willing to help. My speech today is a testimony to that selfless support she offers to not only me, but all her students. And so for those reasons, I chose Mrs. Weber as my hero.
Camry Gordon. Hero, John Vahil.
The person I would like to recognize today as my hero is Mr. Viho. Mr. V has made an immense impact on my experience at Seguin High School and taught me lessons that I will carry with me even after I graduate. I met Mr. V in my sophomore year of high school, and since that first day of school, he's given me the best possible advice when I needed it most. Whether it was about school or things going on in my life, he always took the time to listen and help me think through my decisions. What will always stand out to me about Mr. V is that he genuinely cares about his students. Not only does he want to see us succeed, but he also wants to see us happy and as the best possible version of ourselves. One thing I truly admire about Mr. V is that he is always able to find humor in everything. No matter the situations, even the ones most stressful for myself, Mr. V would always find a way to make me laugh and see the brighter side of things. A lot of times, all it took was a funny joke or comment to snap me out of my own head and realize my problem wasn't as big as I thought it was. I will forever be grateful for everything Mr. V has done for me. Thank you for always being there, giving me the best advice, pushing me to do my best, and most importantly, for making me laugh.
Alyssa Hayasoso Gonzalez. Hero, Abigail Montez.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Gonzalez, and I chose Abigail Montez as my teacher hero. I chose Mrs. Montez because she has been super supportive of me and has helped me in many ways over the course of my 4 years at Seguin High School. I knew about Mrs. Montez before I even met her. My older sister had Mrs. Montez as a counselor as well, and she told me all about how helpful she was and how much she loved Mrs. Montez. I quickly saw exactly what my sister was talking about. Similar to my sister, I experienced Mrs. Montez as a kind and supportive person who I could turn to whenever I needed guidance or had any academic-related questions. She responded quickly with what always seemed to be the right answer. I can always count on Mrs. Montez as she is a major problem solver with a true passion to help others. Even with her busy schedule, she makes time for me and many others, and she always does it with a smile. Mrs. Montez has gone as far as to help me outside of school hours and even during the summer. She's absolutely one of the most genuine and authentic people that I have ever met. Seeing how she treats others has taught me about the value of showing true consideration and respect for other people. Overall, Mrs. Montez inspires me to lead with optimism and kindness. I will always appreciate her generosity and have immense gratitude for the help she has provided me.
Hannah Hernandez. Hero, Ana Hernandez.
When I was invited to participate in the Celebration of Excellence, assigned with the task of choosing my educator hero, there was no need for me to sleep on it because there was no other option for me. My mother, Ana Hernandez, has been working for this district for 25 years, and she's a fellow Teacher of the Year, not to brag. I didn't choose my mother because of her acknowledgments or simply because she's my mom. My mother is my educator hero because she not only shaped me inside the classroom concerning my academic pursuits, but also outside in all other aspects of my life. I would not be here in the top 10% without the late nights she stayed up next to me while I studied for an important exam, ensuring I would not fall asleep until I intended to. She cared more about my feelings of preparation than her own rest. I would not have pushed myself to continue taking rigorous courses if it was not for not only her believing in me every step of the way, but also teaching me how to believe in myself and stand strong on my own when there is no one there but myself and the Lord. Whenever I was having issues with an assignment, she took time out of her day to struggle right there with me until we found a game plan together. my mom always has, and continues to encourage me to reach out of my comfort zone because she always stated, without change, there's no room for growth. Most importantly, my mom taught me how to stay grounded in my faith. The most important lesson she ever taught me is to place God first in my life, and everything else will fall into place. Finally, my mom raised me to choose my future career based on passion, not in search of money. The way that I grew up, watching my mom spend countless hours after her school day, curating fun and engaging lesson plans for her kids, made me think teachers were the highest paying job by the hour. Hearing her continuously refer to her students as her children, I knew those kids were in good hands. Having kids in my grade come up to me asking how my mom is doing years later, depicting how she was the best teacher ever, and demanding that I ask my mother if she'll remember to take a picture with them after graduation, I understood then that those kids were truly touched by the same kindness and dedication I knew and loved. I am just glad that in her teaching me to follow my passion, it led me towards veterinary medicine, where I am a little bit better off by the hour. In all seriousness, no, I am extremely proud and grateful towards my first ever and most impactful teacher, who has taught me so much more than I could have ever learned in any classroom, Anna Hernandez, my mom.
Aaron Johnston. Hero, Sarah Yount.
I chose Coach Yount as my hero because she has been one of the most consistent and supportive people in my life, both on and off the field. I first met Coach Yount back in 7th grade. She was my science teacher and my coach for volleyball and basketball. She pushed me to work harder, to be more disciplined, and to believe in myself even when I didn't always feel confident. What always made Coach Yount stand out to me is that she didn't just care about winning games. She cared for us like we were her own. She took the time to check in with us, encourage us, and remind us that our effort and attitude mattered more than the scoreboard. She taught me how to stay positive, how to handle pressure, and how to keep going even when things got hard. Then my sophomore year, because she couldn't stay away from her favorite student, I got the chance to be coached by her again, but this time in softball at the high school. It meant a lot to have a familiar face there who already believed in me. She continued to push me to improve, but also reminded me how far I had come since middle school. Even though I didn't get the chance to be in her class during high school, having her as a coach again showed me how much of an impact someone can have over time. Looking back through all my phases in life, she was always there. She's someone I could go to for anything. That's why I chose Coach Yount as my hero.
Arabella Lackhorn. Hero, Tiffany Cunningham.
My name is Arabella Lackhorn, and for this year's Celebration of Excellence, I chose to represent the teacher, Tiffany Cunningham. I had always enjoyed English as a subject, but I always disliked English class itself. Mrs. Cunningham's was the exception. I was finally able to enjoy reading, even when I was forced to do it for assignments. Later on, I had Miss Cunningham for college transition and felt aptly prepared for the outside world with our conversations in class, since they felt more down to earth about what living outside of school will feel like. So I'm happy to represent Tiffany Cunningham for the Celebration of Excellence.
Matthew Merrick. Hero, Michael Gonzalez.
Hello, my name is Matthew Marek, and I am a senior at Seguin High School. During the duration of my high school career, I have been a part of the varsity baseball team, Seguin FFA, NHS, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the cross-country team, while remaining on the AB Honor Roll. I have also stayed close to my faith, being an active member in St. James Catholic Church, their youth group. Overall, through God's work, I am grateful for the numerous blessings that have been given to me throughout my childhood. When we envision a hero, we think of someone who is fearless or has an abundance of courage, but in reality, it is someone who has a deep impact on oneself. Today, I am here presenting Coach Michael Gonzalez as my hero. Coach Gonzalez is the baseball coach at Seguin High School. He is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, an alumni of Seguin High School, and he helps coach the middle school baseball team. Coach Gonzalez loves to volunteer in the community. From playing bingo at the nursing home to helping at the Challenger League, Coach Gonzalez thrives on supporting the less fortunate. Most people think a baseball coach's job is to teach us how to turn a double play or hit a curveball, but it is much more than that. They teach us the values of becoming a young man in our world today. Coach Gonzalez is just that. He has been a mentor to me ever since the moment I met him. He has shared many life lessons with me that impact the way I view the world. For example, my junior year, I had a surgery on my right elbow causing me to end my season early, but Coach Gonzalez was right there making sure I was always motivated. In addition, he would check on the team weekly to ensure we were keeping up with our grades. Every action Coach Gonzalez makes is to benefit someone besides himself, knowing that with his knowledge and experiences, I could always count on him for advice. I can proudly say that with the help of Coach Gonzalez, I have evolved into a young adult. Thank you, Coach Gonzalez, for making Seguin baseball your family and putting forth the effort to help me become who I am today.
Elizabeth Martinez. Hero, Israel DeLeon.
An educator hero is someone who sees potential before it fully forms and helps guide it into something strong and lasting. For me, that person is Mr. DeLeon, my junior year cosmetology educator. His influence extends far beyond teaching techniques or preparing students for exams. Mr. DeLeon played a key role in shaping my confidence, work ethic, and belief in myself as both a creative individual and a future professional in the cosmetology industry. From the very beginning, he set high expectations and made it clear that success required dedication and accountability. In the classroom and on the salon floor, he emphasized the importance of precision, cleanliness, and attention to detail. Every lesson was taught with purpose, reminding us that our work affects real people and real lives. Through consistent guidance and constructive feedback, Mr. DeLeon pushed me to take pride in my work and to always strive for improvement, even when progress felt slow. He also created a learning environment where growth mattered more than perfection. Mistakes were treated as opportunities to learn rather than reasons to feel discouraged. I remember when he said, "It will never be perfect the first time you do it. You have to do it over and over again." When I struggled with certain techniques or lacked confidence in my abilities, Mr. DeLeon offered patience and encouragement while still holding me to high standards. His balance of support and discipline taught me that improvement comes from persistence and self-belief. Beyond technical skills, Mr. DeLeon taught me lessons that will stay with me long after school ends. He stressed professionalism, time management, and respectful communication with clients and coworkers. Mr. DeLeon helped me understand that being successful in cosmetology means more than being talented. It means being reliable, confident, patient, and prepared. These lessons helped me grow not only as a student, but also as a responsible individual ready to enter the workforce. What makes Mr. DeLeon a true educator hero is his genuine commitment to his students' success. He took the time to motivate, correct, and inspire even when it would have been easier not to. His belief in my abilities helped me overcome self-doubt and see myself as capable of achieving my goals. Knowing that someone so knowledgeable and experienced believed in me made a powerful difference in how I approach my education. Because of Mr. DeLeon, I feel prepared to face the challenges of the cosmetology industry with confidence and determination. I carry his lessons with me in every skill I practice and every decision I make about my future. Mr. DeLeon's dedication and guidance and passion for teaching have left a long-lasting impact on me. Mr. DeLeon is more than an educator. He is a mentor, a role model, and a true hero. I am grateful for the knowledge, encouragement, patience, and confidence he has given me, and I will always credit him as someone who helped shape the person and professional I am becoming.
Leah Molina. Hero, Clifford Cruz.
Dear Coach Cruz, since the very moment I stepped into your history class freshman year and I told you that I ran the 400, I just knew you weren't going to take it easy on me. Your laugh was all I needed to hear to know my fate. Every single day of practice was extremely physically and mentally challenging. Even though I couldn't stand those workouts, they definitely helped me come meet day. Every time our 4x4 or my individual dropped in time, you were the first one there at the finish line. When I decided to stop running my junior year, I fully expected you to be upset with my decision, but instead you were happy for me. You encouraged me to continue working towards my cosmetology license, and during that time you continued to remind me in the halls that I could always come back. So one season later, I decided to come run for you one last year. Coming in, I already knew just how difficult it was going to be, but you saw past my struggle in practice. You continued to push me and remind me not only what type of athlete I am, but also a person. I'm eternally grateful for all the days that you stood there on the field pushing me to keep going and bettering myself. Without your encouragement and discipline, I wouldn't be where I am today. The times when I would finish and be dissatisfied with my times, you wouldn't let me stay down. Instead, you told me to just keep working. And I've had so many accomplishments on that track, not only because of my work, but mainly from your support. You have always been there every step of the way, and for that reason, I call you my hero.
Madison Morales. Hero, Natalie Morales.
Dear Miss Morales, hi, it's me, your daughter. In this speech, I want to thank you. Your dedication and commitment to your work is inspiring. Although you face your fair share of struggles, you always overcome, a trait I hope to embody in my path looking forward. You've taught me to be brave in the face of indifference, tough in a world that may be unkind, and happy despite the circumstance. It is for these lessons that I am ever grateful. As your daughter, I've witnessed your effort firsthand. You are my hero because you have shown me the value in endurance. Thank you, Mom, and I love you.
Giselle Morales. Hero, Ashley Ferris.
Some coaches teach you how to win games, but the best ones teach you how to win in life, and that's exactly who Coach Ferris has been to me. Coach Ferris, I honestly don't even know where to start. You've been so much more than just a coach to me. You've been a mentor, a leader, and someone I can always count on. You pushed me in ways I didn't always think I could handle, but those are the moments that shaped me the most. You are one of the most toughest coaches I've ever had, but the toughness comes from believing in me, even when I fully didn't believe in myself. You've helped me grow in every aspect of my life. Spiritually, you've guided me to become stronger in my faith. You gave me opportunities to lead devotionals at tournaments and step into leadership roles like a student leader or student life leader, which helped me grow not as just an athlete, but as a person in Christ of daughter. Wait, can I redo that?
Go to the sentence before.
Okay. Which helped me grow not just as an athlete, but as a person and daughter of Christ. Physically, you've pushed me to reach my full potential, whether it was on the court, in the weight room, or during conditioning. You never let me settle for less than what you knew I was capable of. And because of that, I've become the athlete I am today. But what means the most to me is who you've been for me outside of volleyball. Through some of the hardest moments in my life, you were someone I could come to. You've listened to me, you supported me, and you've helped me get through things I couldn't handle on my own. Over the years, we built a bond that I will forever be grateful for. Your impact has not only been on me, but on other athletes and people in our community. You've taught us discipline, strength, faith, and what it means to truly lead. Coach Ferris, thank you for seeing something in me and never giving up on me. Thank you for pushing me, supporting me, and believing me in every step of the way. I will forever cherish our relationship, and I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. I love you.
Ian Moreno. Hero, Philip Reddix.
Coach Reddix, I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much you truly mean to me. You're more than just a coach, and you've been someone I look up to, someone I trust, and honestly someone who's been another father figure in my life. When you believed in me enough to switch from defense to running back, that meant everything. At that time, I didn't fully believe in myself, but you saw something in me that I couldn't see yet. That changed me. It pushed me to work harder, to trust myself more, and to become a better player in person. You've always been one of the hardest working people I know. The way you show up every day, give your all, and I never expected anything less than your best. It's something I respect more than you know. And the way you love and take care of your sons is something that really sticks with me. It's the kind of man I hope to be one day when I have kids of my own. You've been there for me not just on the field, but off the field too. You've supported me, pushed me, and had my back when I doubted myself. That's something I will never forget. Thank you for believing in me, for never giving up on me, and being more than just a coach. I appreciate you more than you know.
Caitlin Olson. Hero, Raphael Alarcon.
Not only has my journey included many changes in classes, but genres of music. As an orchestra kid joining a mariachi class, I felt lost and amazed by the music my classmates were playing. For that whole year, and most of the second one, I struggled to achieve confidence and understanding in my music. I considered quitting, I cried, and it was stressful. And Ms. Ray was able to direct my skills and grow my confidence so I can brave the next step as a violinist. For that, I'm thankful to him and choose him as my hero.
Justin Peterson. Hero, Amanda Peterson.
My hero is my mother, Amanda Peterson. She is a teacher at Ball Early Childhood Center, and even though she was never my classroom teacher, she has always been one of the most important educators in my life. She taught me discipline, responsibility, and the mindset to pursue excellence long before I understood how valuable those things were. One of the biggest turning points came back in the 3rd grade. At that time, I wasn't nearly as intentional about school as I am now. My grades hovered around C's, and I didn't always make the best choices in school. But instead of focusing on what I was doing wrong, she focused on the things I was doing right. She used simple positive reinforcement, rewarding small wins, and that changed everything. It made me want to do better, not just for her, but for myself. What I didn't realize then, being as young as I was that she was going through her own challenges at the exact same time. While she was helping me turn things around, she was also finishing college, managing money, and with incredible discipline and carrying responsibilities that would overwhelm most people. She never complained, never made excuses, and never let her own struggles stop her from showing up for me. Looking back, I understand now that the lessons she taught me during that time about consistency, resilience, and staying steady when life gets hard were lessons she was living out herself. Her influence didn't stop there. Throughout my childhood, she sacrificed her time for all the little things me and my younger sisters wished for. She drove me to early morning practices, supported me every new interest I chased, and balanced her own responsibilities with the needs of everyone around her. She always chose to show up, even when it meant putting her own comfort or time aside. And then she earned the Teacher of the Year award recently. I was not surprised at all. It just confirmed what I had known for years. She is exceptional at what she does. The same patience, dedication, and love she pours into her students and are the same qualities she has poured into me every single day. My mom is the kind of person who makes everyone around her better. She is strong, steady, and selfless. She is the reason I know how to work, how to think, and how to carry myself with integrity.
Chloe Ray. Hero, Allison Tababin.
Miss Tababin is the kind of person everyone should have in their life. She's not only sweet and kind, but also honest in a way that actually helps you grow. When she gives advice, it's not just something you hear and forget. It really makes you stop and think about your choices and who you want to become. She has a way of seeing the potential in people, even when they don't see it in themselves, and that's something that truly sets her apart. Miss T has shaped me into a better individual by constantly pushing me to do my best and not settle for less than I am capable of. She reminds me that growth doesn't happen overnight, but through small, consistent efforts every day. Whether it's through her encouragement, her honesty, or just the way she carries herself, she's shown me what it means to be a good person. She's more than just someone I look up to. She's a role model who inspires me to be better than I was the day before and to keep striving to improve no matter what.
Dylan Rinspees. Hero, Kim Couch.
During my early years of school, I never really cared for reading. While it is a vital skill that you use later in life, I didn't really see the point of it. I viewed it as something that I would eventually forget once I got older. However, that quickly changed when I came across my first grade teacher, Miss Couch. Miss Couch always treated her students with respect and kindness, which made her classroom feel like another home to me. I always felt, whenever I was in her class, I believe I was able to freely express myself without being judged. Despite this, I still wasn't interested in reading at the time. However, this all changed when we began checking out books and taking AR tests. Initially, I didn't see the point in doing this. I thought the AR tests were pointless in the beginning. I perceived them as something that distracted me from activities that I was actually interested in. At that time, I never recognized the learning opportunities reading offered. But as time passed, I began to see the beauty that lies within reading. I soon became immersed in reading different books, checking out multiple books at a time, I often searched for books that mainly the older kids, such as the 4th and 5th graders, were interested in. I recognized that these books, which, while challenging, opened my eyes to new learning opportunities. Unlike the books the kids in my grades were interested in, these books challenged my mind, allowing me to realize that I love being challenged academically. Books quickly became a new language for me, and my love for them continued to grow. If I didn't have Ms. Couch as my teacher, I do not think my love for reading would have come to life. Today I still have a strong passion for reading. While I do not read as often, especially since college preparation and school have all my attention, reading still holds a special place in my heart. Even when I do read, I still find ways to deepen my knowledge and learn more. Even as a senior, I still love to challenge myself, just like I did in 1st grade. I am incredibly grateful to have been taught by you, Miss Couch, especially since you taught both my siblings, which makes it so much more meaningful to me. Without you, I do not think I would be as open to challenging myself in different subjects. I also think I wouldn't like reading as much either. Thank you for exposing me to reading, always treating me with kindness, and making me feel safe. You shaped my education for the better. I will continue to try my best once I get to college.
Marcella Reyes. Hero, Crystal Knight.
I've always been interested in the healthcare field, but for a long time I wasn't sure exactly where I belonged in it. Through my experience in CNA and phlebotomy, I began to discover that my true passion was nursing, and a big part of that realization came from my hero, Miss Knight. Miss Knight is my CNA and phlebotomy teacher, but she is so much more than someone who just teaches us medical skills. From the very beginning, she created a classroom where students feel supported, encouraged, and confident in themselves. She teaches us important skills like taking vitals and drawing blood, but she also reminds us that healthcare is about compassion, patience, and truly caring for others. One thing that makes Miss Knight such an amazing teacher is how she helps her students overcome their fears. I remember how nervous I was the first day of clinical. Everything felt new and a little overwhelming, but she was right there encouraging us and reminding us that we were capable. I also remember the first time I had to stick someone for phlebotomy. I was so scared and nervous of making a mistake, but Miss Knight helped guide me through it and gave me the confidence to try. Moments like that make a huge difference for students learning something so important. She also truly cares about her students as people. She's always checking up on me to see how I'm doing, and the classroom is full of laughter and spectacular inside jokes that make learning fun. That balance of support, encouragement, and humor is what makes her class such a positive environment. Because of Miss Knight, I didn't just learn healthcare skills. I discovered the path I wanted to take. I always knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but she helped me fall in love with nursing and see the kind of difference nurses can make in people's lives every day. Miss Knight didn't just teach me how to care for patients, she helped me to find my passion and believe in my future. That is why she will always be a hero to me.
Brian Rizzo. Hero, Sierra Mosher.
If I had to consider one person to be my hero, it would be none other than my teacher, Ms. Mosher. Even though I didn't meet her until my junior year, it shows how much of an impact she has had on me in such a short amount of time. Before junior year, my sophomore year was my worst year out of both my freshman year and sophomore year. Even today, I would say that sophomore year was easily my worst year out of high school and maybe even school in general. Going into junior year, I had made a habit where I would always look at the negatives in both everything and everyone, even if there was no real reason to. If I imagined a scenario, it would always be negative, no matter how much I wanted it to go, right? The way I saw things, if I set my expectations low and prepared myself for the worst, I wouldn't be as disappointed if things simply didn't end up going my way. At the start of my junior year of high school, I was placed into two of Ms. Mosher's classes. At first, I didn't really think much about it. I just saw her classes as two grades I'd have to work for to get a passing grade. But over time, she started to change my perspective about things. No matter what was going on, she was always in a good mood. Looking back, I don't remember a single day where I saw Ms. Mosher having a bad mood or taking it out on her students. Every day, she greeted everybody with a smile and a positive attitude. The best part about it all, she didn't do it for recognition
or for a reward. She did it simply because that is who she is as a person. Another factor that wasn't fully in her control but still played a major part was the environment in her classroom. Nobody was ever yelling or having a bad day in her classroom, and if they were having a bad day, they made a great job of covering it up, because the atmosphere encouraged people not to disrupt the supportive and comfortable vibe. Everybody played a part because they knew how important it was for everyone to be able to share a good, chill environment. I'm not exactly sure when my mindset started to change, but I know it didn't change overnight. It was the small, consistent actions that slowly changed my perspective with time. In my mind, what makes Ms. Mosher a true hero to me is that she never did anything with the intent of changing me or expecting to receive anything in return. She did it because that's who she is as a person, someone who values being kind to other people and living a happy life, without asking for anything else. She showed me that being a positive person isn't about pretending that everything is perfect, but a change that makes life better for oneself and everyone else around. And it's not what gets thrown your way that matters, but how you respond to it.
Julie Rodriguez. Hero, Susanna Chavez.
I chose this person to be my hero because not only is she a great teacher, but she is also my aunt, Miss Susie Chavez. I have always been able to count on her for pretty much anything, especially when it comes to school. Whether I needed help with an assignment, studying for something important, or just needed someone to push me to keep going, she's always been there. Even though she was never my teacher in class, she has still helped me with a lot with my education. She has taught me that being a teacher isn't just about schoolwork, but also about caring about people and helping them do their best. What makes her special is how kind and hardworking she is. She always goes out of her way to help others. I know she has helped a lot of students, not just me. I chose her as my hero because she has helped me grow and believe in myself more than I ever did. She always reminds me to try my best and not give up. Thank you for always helping me and being there for me. I really appreciate everything you've done.
Brandon Sadler. Hero, John the Heel.
Today I want to take a moment to honor someone who has made a lasting impact on my life. My math teacher, Mr. John Vigil. When most people think of math, they think of numbers, formulas, and maybe a little bit of stress. But Mr. Vigil turned algebra and AP statistics into something entirely different. He made it meaningful. He made it understandable, and most importantly, he made us believe that we were capable of more than we thought. What sets Mr. Vigil apart isn't just his knowledge of math, it's his ability to connect with his students. He doesn't just teach equations, he teaches confidence. He doesn't just prepare us for tests, he prepares us for challenges beyond the classroom. He has a way of explaining things that makes it even the most complicated problems feel manageable, breaking them down step by step until suddenly it all makes sense. In algebra, he built a foundation. He showed us the mistakes aren't failures. They're part of the process. In AP statistics, he pushed us to think critically, analyze the world around us, and ask better questions. He challenged us to go deeper, to not just accept answers, but to understand them. Those skills don't just help in math, they shape how we think, how we solve problems, and how we approach life. But what makes Mr. Vigil a hero is something you won't find in a textbook. It's his patience when we're struggling. It's his encouragement when we doubt ourselves. It's the way he notices when a student is having a tough day and still finds a way to lift them up. He creates a classroom where it's okay to ask questions, okay to not know, and okay to keep trying. A hero doesn't always wear capes. Sometimes they stand at the front of a classroom day after day, showing up with dedication, consistency, and genuine belief in their students. Mr. Vigil is the kind of hero, who changed lives quietly, one lesson at a time. So today I want to say thank you. Thank you for your passion, your patience, and your commitment to helping us succeed. Thank you for challenging us, supporting us, and never lowering your expectations, because that's what pushed us to grow. Mr. Vigil, you didn't just teach math, you made a difference, and that's something we'll carry with you. And that's something we'll carry with us long after we leave our class. Oh my God, all right. And that's something we'll carry with us long after we leave your classroom. Your lessons will stay with us, not just in the way we solve equations, but in the way we face challenges, think critically, and believe in ourselves.
Benjamin Schott. Hero, Emilio Lopez.
Mr. Lopez has been one of my favorite teachers for a while now. After having him for 4 years in a row, I've learned a lot from him. His classes are always fun to be in, with him always being willing to help out anyone. One time I had some trouble with one unit of calculus. I had missed nearly a whole week of class from being sick, and the class had moved on to a new unit. Despite how much I struggled, Mr. Lopez was patient with me and helped me understand that unit quickly. I am very thankful I've had him for these past 4 years, and I'm proud to say he is my teacher hero.
Morgan Schultz. Hero, Delane Pacheco.
My hero is Miss Pacheco. During my 8th grade year, she helped me more than anyone else ever has, and probably more than she will ever fully understand. She was always there to listen, support me, and encourage me to keep going no matter what I was going through. She believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. She taught me not to let anyone define who I am and trust myself. Her words gave me the confidence I needed to get through some very hard days. What makes Miss Pacheco my hero isn't just what she did, it's how she did it. She showed kindness, patience, and understanding in a way that truly changed my life. I don't even think she realized the impact she was having, but simply by being the kind person she is, she helped me become stronger. I spent a lot of days in the office with her, and she always made it feel like a safe place where I could just be myself. She is one of the strongest people I know and always seemed to have the perfect thing to say when I was having a bad day. She has been one of the biggest influences in my life, and I am incredibly grateful to have her in my corner. Her kindness and the way she helped me shape me into the person I am today will always have a space in my heart.
Nolan Schwartwager. Hero, Emilio Lopez.
Good teachers teach by example. The best teachers not only make examples about education, but how people should act. Lopez didn't just teach math by giving us examples. He also set the example for how people should talk to each other. When he would teach and do problems on the board, he wouldn't force students to pay attention to him. Instead, he would reward the ones that did. It made me realize I don't want to be the type of person that demands others pay attention to me. I just want them to be around me based off of their own volition. He is able to grab the students' attention by just being a genuine person, which inspired me to be as genuine as he is. Bad teachers get frustrated when you point out a mistake they made. Good teachers correct it and then move on. However, Lopez actively wants you to point them out. He wants you to know that mistakes happen, so he really wants his students to be meticulous with work and be able to find those mistakes. Also, we are high school students about to go to the real world, yet some teachers still talk to us like we're toddlers and refuse to talk about subjects that we are about to experience going into the real world. Lopez doesn't. He is ready and willing to tell stories about his life, what he does outside of school, and gives genuine advice to our problems. If anything, he wants to share his advice. One time, he asked each and every one of his students in class where they were going to college and talked about his college experience. Personally, I don't like talking to teachers about personal matters. I'm quiet and don't know how to approach those things one-on-one. However, with Lopez, I don't have that fear. In all honesty, I haven't talked about personal matters with him, but that doesn't matter because he often talks about life in general with the whole class. I know how much he is willing and know how much he knows about the real world. I'm confident that if I needed advice, he has at least a few words for me that could help me.
Jacob Solano. Hero, Robert Spence.
Hello Spence, I chose you to be my hero because of your long-lasting impact and the generosity you always treat me with. You've always understood me and supported me through all of it. I truly appreciate everything you have done for me this year and for the previous years. You always take your time to make sure we understand what we're doing and push us to do our best, even when things get difficult. Because of you, I've gained confidence in my abilities and learned skills that are beneficial to me for my future and for my success. Skills I have obtained during my time in the shop are welding many processes, MIG, stick, and cutting with many processes such as oxyfuel cutting, plasma cutting, and even learning how to use the computer, the CNC plasma cutter. Your sense of humor has always been such a prominent feature, and part of you always bringing a smile and laughter to my face. Thank you for listening and for being such a great teacher and role model. I wish the best for you and for your next classes to come for when we graduate. God bless you and thank you for everything.
Isaac Solano. Hero, Robert Spence.
Since I've taken shop class with Spence my junior year, he has always motivated me to work hard towards my goals and to put the highest quality effort into my work. Through my experiences in his class, he has taught me many things I will take with me after graduation. He has always been there for me and has always been a great role model for me to learn and talk to. I feel extremely blessed to be able to work under his guidance and to be able to have him a part of my life. Thank you, Spence, for everything you've done for me.
Colton Taft. Hero, Imelda Brenya.
Choosing a hero out of all the educators and coaches that have taught me was a very difficult decision, since so many of them have taught me valuable life lessons through and the stuff they're supposed to teach me. But I decided to choose Miss Brenya because of her ability to help her students really learn what they're being taught and her patience. She only had me as a student for 1 year, but I served under her in NHS, where she was the director. Through National Honor Society, I secured volunteer projects and I served others, and it was her direction and instruction that will help me in my journey of becoming an engineer at Texas A&M. However, Miss Brenya's patience is a quality that I aspire to have, and her teaching style reflects it. Honestly, I don't think I can put this in any other way, but she is very, very good at simplifying what she taught, or in layman's terms, dumbing it down. I think she seriously could have taught the sine and cosines of pi over 2 to anyone, and they would have been able to master trigonometry very quickly. It scares me how well I remember that little chart with the sine and cosine on it. Thankfully, trigonometry doesn't give me nightmares, but that stupid little chart does. On top of her teaching style, reflecting her patience, I have walked into Miss Brenya's 7th period class this year as a student aide, and I will say, you guys should pray for her because that class is evil, but she still manages to do her best and teach them, and I commend her on that. In National Honor Society, I organized the paper recycling twice, and Miss Brenya was a massive help with that. She helped me send the emails out to everyone, and she let me take the school elevator. And as someone who has always seen it being used, it really made me jealous, and I was very happy that I was able to use the elevator. Honestly, probably the most important thing and my favorite accomplishment that I made at Seguin High School. That whole paper recycling experience was a lot of fun, and it's one of the best memories that I'll have coming out of here. Also through NHS, I attended group events, and I got service hours that have helped me get accepted into college and helped me earn scholarships, and I'm truly grateful for that. When I move on from Seguin High School at the end of the month and walk that stage, I will 1000% not forget what anything that Miss Brenya has taught me because of how easy she made everything and how patient she was with me when I needed help, and how she held me accountable for service in NHS and doing my work in class, and also how I took the school elevator with the boys. Thank you for your time, Miss Brenya. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for being the director of NHS and giving me service opportunities. Thank you for my 5-pound pre-cal binder that is coming with me to College Station. And thank you for letting me use the elevator. And thank you for letting me be patient with me and everyone you teach and that looks up to you. It was an honor to be your student. God bless, and thank you for everything, Ms. Brenya.
Brandon Vasquez. Hero, Robert Spence.
Great teachers don't just give you assignments and teach lessons. They find kids who want to learn and have the passion to go further than the classroom. Please join me today in honoring Mr. Spence. Although I've had Mr. Spence as a teacher only in my junior and my senior year, he has made an impact on my life while being in his class. I learned that he genuinely cares for his students in more ways than one. Not only did he constantly push everyone to be better, but even when they kept failing, he motivated them to keep on trying. On top of that, if you tell him you want to learn a different process or even start a new project, he's right there behind you, helping and motivating you. During my sophomore year of being in the AgMech program, I already knew that I wanted to make a project for the following year. So when the time came, I asked Mr. Spence if it would be possible to make it here. And all he gave me was encouragement and helpful information to make my ideas come to life. In addition to this, he introduced me to AgMech shows and explained how the process worked, making it sound fun and worth trying. During that process, he didn't shy away from helping and making sure that I succeed. Not only did he teach me about welding, the different processes and how things look from a different perspective, but he also taught me more about myself, which is something that I could take with me forever. Not only does he educate you in different ways, but he also makes it worth it with his enthusiastic humor that brightens the room, and in some cases even students' days. What truly sets him apart is not only that he does help you in the shop, but he also helps students who struggle in other classes in any way he can, whether it's giving tips on how to weld or giving you advice on any question that you have for him. Thank you for being my AgMech teacher.
Savannah Walter. Hero, Abigail Montez.
I used to think that I was stuck in a place where I had to do everything on my own, until I had someone show up for me when I was going to quit showing up for myself. There was a point in my life where I was so overwhelmed with my anxiety, school, and just life in general, I felt I had to work 10 times harder to do basic things that might have been seen as normal for others. I focused on my grades and academics, but avoided extracurriculars and other opportunities because it was too much to even think about. Then Miss Montez showed up when I needed it most. She never made me feel like I was a burden or too much. Instead, she would let me talk whenever I needed, no matter what. Along with that, she would listen and try to understand what I was going through. Most importantly, she made sure to remind me that I didn't have to have everything figured out in that moment. She helped me to lay out everything in steps so I didn't overthink anything, and she always made sure to remind me that I was capable of more than I ever thought possible. I came into high school saying that I would never go to college because I was already so stressed out. Just thinking about it made me want to change my whole life and avoid the dread of going back for 4 more years. But because of her, I am now going to college. With her help, I begin to believe in myself more. I also learned that it's okay to be stressed, but it shouldn't run my life, nor should it stop me from doing things I want to do. Miss Montez didn't just help me through school, she also helped me to see a future and taught me to grow as a person. That is why she is my hero. She never had to care as much as she did, but instead she chose to care and listen. She chose to support me when I needed it most. I will forever be grateful for everything you've done for me, and I will never forget the things you've taught me. I will take everything into my future, and I hope you can impact so many more the way you did for me.
Cortland Ward. Hero, Tiffany Cunningham.
Miss Cunningham has only been my teacher for 1 semester, a significantly shorter time than I have had with most teachers through my years of school. Despite this, she is one of the only teachers I felt like I could genuinely trust, beyond just grading papers. She made it very clear to every single student she has that if there is no one else there for you, she is. She puts her heart into supporting students, being a peer, someone who will listen. I knew that she was my hero when I had an unnerving experience with a substitute teacher, and my mind immediately said, Miss Cunningham will listen and know what to do. She has my back, no matter the situation. She's the most genuine teacher I've had. She tells you how it is, making her support and advice that much more meaningful. Miss Cunningham is more than just a teacher. She supports. She gives thoughtful advice. She's a bold personality that enlightens anyone who knows her. But most of all, she's a friend, a mentor. She's experienced many walks of life and utilizes these experiences to understand and support anyone she comes across. Senior year is a confusing time, and it can lead people to feel alone or lost in all their responsibilities. Knowing that I have someone who can not only give me valuable tips on how to approach academic and life challenges, but also will be a friend, a shoulder to lean on, has been so reassuring. She's motivated me to take risks, to reach for the stars. I think everyone should be able to experience having Miss Cunningham as a teacher. I don't say a teacher like Miss Cunningham because I truly believe her passionate personality, empathy, and advocacy for students is one of a kind.
Zenobia Wheeler. Hero, Bianca Duvall.
I just want to say thank you to Bianca Duvall. Being an ECHS hasn't always been easy for me. I've had moments where I wanted to give up, felt like the classes were too hard, or thought I was going to fall behind or fail. But every time I started to doubt myself, you found a way to encourage me and push me to keep going. Your support and patience really made a difference. You didn't let me quit when it would have been easier to. You believed in me, and because of that, I'm still in the program and continue to grow. I truly appreciate everything you've done for me. Thank you for always showing up and helping me see that I'm capable, even when I didn't believe it in myself.